Ladies and gentlemen, if there's one resource you and I have in equal measure, it's time. 24 hours in a day, 7 days in a week. And yet, why do some people accomplish so much while others drift year after year without progress? The answer is not in how much time we have, but in how wisely we use it. Today, I want to share with you a 7-day plan, a simple, practical, and life-changing approach to mastering your time and reclaiming your dreams. Day 1, clarity of purpose. Before you can manage your time, you must know what you're managing it for. Write down your top 5 goals. Don't let them float around in your head. Capture them on paper, because when the vision is clear, the decisions become easier. The first step to mastering your time is clarity of purpose. Without a clear sense of where you're going, it doesn't matter how efficiently you manage your hours, because you'll simply be wandering faster. Time management is not just about doing more things, it's about doing the right things. Imagine setting sail in a boat without a destination. The winds may be favorable, the water calm, and your sails perfectly set, but without a clear port in mind, you will drift endlessly. That's how most people live their lives, busy but without direction. Clarity begins with the courage to ask yourself, what do I really want? Not what others expect of you, not what society suggests, but what genuinely sets your soul on fire. Too many people inherit goals from their environment. Career paths chosen by parents, lifestyles copied from friends, or dreams borrowed from celebrities. But borrowed dreams cannot sustain you. Only when the purpose comes from deep within you will it give you the discipline and energy to persist. I often tell people, don't let your goals remain vague ideas in your mind. Put pen to paper. There's something magical about writing things down. The mind becomes sharper when it sees its own desires in black and white. Take a journal and write your top 5 goals. Not 50, not 25. Why 5? Because focus creates power. If everything is important, nothing is important. Choose the 5 that matter most to you. But don't stop there. Next to each goal, write down why it matters. The why is more important than the what. A weak why produces weak effort, but a strong why will carry you through the nights of doubt and the days of fatigue. If your goal is to start a business, is it because you want financial independence, or because you want to create something meaningful for the world? If your goal is to improve your health, is it because you want more years in your life, or more life in your years? Dig deep, because the stronger your reason, the stronger your resilience. Clarity of purpose also requires honesty. You cannot lie to yourself about what you truly want and expect to succeed. Sometimes we chase goals we don't actually value, only to discover years later that we climbed the wrong mountain. That's why reflection is vital. Ask yourself, if money, approval, and fear were not obstacles, what would I truly pursue? That question often reveals the dreams buried under years of compromise. Once you have your goals written down, visualize them. Close your eyes and imagine what life looks like when you achieve them. See yourself living in that home, walking on that stage, traveling to that destination, building that business, enjoying that relationship. Visualization makes the dream real in the mind, and what becomes real in the mind is far more likely to become real in life. But clarity of purpose is not just about the big goals, it's also about aligning your daily actions with those goals. Every hour is a seed. Ask yourself throughout the day, is what I'm doing right now moving me closer to or further from my goals? If the answer is closer, keep going. If the answer is further, stop and redirect. Most people don't fail because they set goals too high and miss. They fail because they set goals too low and hit. My friends, clarity is power. When you know what you want, decisions become easier, distractions lose their grip, and time bends in your favor. The person who has a clear purpose wakes up with energy, works with focus, and rests with peace. So before you worry about calendars, planners, and schedules, spend a day defining your purpose, because once your why is strong enough, the how will take care of itself. Day 2. Plan with precision, sol alone. A week without a plan is a week wasted. Spend 30 minutes on Sunday mapping out the coming days. Schedule your priorities instead of prioritizing your schedule. Remember, if you don't run the day runs you. The second step to mastering your time is learning the art of planning with precision. Time is like money. You can either spend it impulsively and wonder where it went, or you can invest it intentionally and watch it multiply. Too many people approach their week with no strategy, no map, and no structure. They wake up on Monday hoping that somehow the pieces will fall into place. But hope is not a strategy. Success requires design. If you don't run the day will run you. Think of your time as a container. No matter how much you want, you only get 24 hours each day. If you fill that container with sand, trivial activities, distractions, small obligations, you'll have no room left for the big stones, your health, your relationships, your growth, your goals. But if you place the big stones in first, everything else can fit around them. Planning is the act of placing those big stones first. I recommend setting aside 30 quiet minutes each week. Sunday works best for most people to design the week ahead. Treat this time as sacred because how you plan your week often determines how you live your life. Begin by reviewing your goals. What outcomes matter most right now? Which actions, if completed this week, would move you noticeably closer to your dreams? Write them down. Then, instead of leaving them as vague intentions, schedule them. Put them on your calendar. Don't just say, I'll exercise 3 times this week. Decide Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 7 a.m. Don't just say, I'll work on my business idea. Decide Tuesday evening from 6 to 8 p.m. Vague plans lead to vague results. Precise plans lead to progress. You see, most people don't fail from lack of ambition. They fail from lack of scheduling. They say, one day I'll start that book. One day I'll take that class. One day I'll build that business. But one day is not on the calendar. Only Sunday through Saturday are, if it's not scheduled, it's not real. The most successful people don't just hope to find time. They make time. Now, let me give you another secret. When you plan your week, don't fill every hour. Leave margin. Life is unpredictable, and emergencies, interruptions, and opportunities will arise. If you pack your schedule too tightly, you'll live in constant stress. But if you leave space, you'll be able to adapt without derailing your priorities. Planning with precision is not about rigidity, it's about balance. Another powerful tool is to create theme days. For example, dedicate Mondays to planning and meetings, Tuesdays and Wednesdays to deep creative work, Thursdays to networking or outreach, Fridays to review and wrap up. When your mind knows what each day represents, your energy aligns with your focus. It's like giving your week a rhythm, a melody you can follow without constant confusion. And remember this, your daily to-do list should reflect your weekly priorities. Too many people write long lists of small, easy tasks just to feel productive. But productivity is not about checking boxes. It's about achieving meaningful results. Ask yourself each morning, if I could only accomplish 3 things today, which 3 would matter most? That simple question keeps you from drowning in busyness and directs you toward effectiveness. Finally, planning with precision is not just about what you will do, it's also about what you will not do. Decide in advance which distractions you'll cut, which commitments you'll decline, and which habits you'll replace. Every yes has a cost. When you plan with precision, you learn to say no with confidence, because you already know what matters most. My friends, planning is the bridge between your dreams and your reality. Without it, your week will be consumed by other people's demands and by the noise of the urgent. With it, your week becomes a masterpiece of intention. Don't just drift into your days, design them. Take hold of the pen and write the script of your life, because when you plan with precision, you transform time from an enemy into an ally, and your future begins to arrive on schedule. Day stress, guard your hours. Time leaks happen in small, unnoticed ways. Scrolling endlessly, conversations that go nowhere, commitments that drain you. Learn to say no with dignity, because every yes to something unimportant is a no to your dreams. The third step to mastering your time is learning to guard your hours. Time is life itself. Every hour you waste is a piece of your life you'll never get back. Money lost can be regained. Opportunities missed can return in another form, but an hour gone is gone forever. That's why you must treat your hours as the most precious currency you possess. Some people spend time like it's loose change, tossing it away on distractions, idle talk, and meaningless pursuits. Others treat time like gold, investing it carefully into what matters most. Which group you fall into will determine the story of your life. Guarding your hours begins with awareness. Most people have no idea where their time really goes. They feel busy, but busyness is not productivity. They confuse activity with achievement. To guard your time, you must first notice the leaks. How many hours vanish into mindless scrolling, endless television, or conversations that add no value? How often do you agree to tasks or meetings that don't serve your goals, simply because you didn't want to disappoint someone? Every small leak adds up, and before you know it, the week is gone, the month is gone, and so is the year. Once you identify where your hours slip away, you must learn the power of no. Saying no is not a rejection of people, it is a protection of your purpose. When you say no to distractions, you are saying yes to your dreams. Every yes has a cost. If you agree to attend an unnecessary meeting, you are saying no to time you could have spent on your health, your family, or your vision. Guarding your hours requires courage, the courage to disappoint others for the sake of not disappointing yourself. Another key is setting boundaries. Don't let just anyone claim your time. Protect your mornings from interruptions. Protect your evenings from meaningless chatter. And protect your focus from the noise of notifications. Technology is a wonderful servant, but a terrible master. Every ping, every buzz, every alert is a thief of attention. You must train yourself to control your devices instead of being controlled by them. Turn off what distracts you. Set aside specific times to check emails and messages instead of letting them dictate your day. Guard your attention as fiercely as you guard your wallet, because what holds your attention holds your life. Guarding your hours also means being selective with people. Who you spend time with shapes who you become. If you spend your hours with those who complain, waste time, and pull you away from your goals, you will find yourself drifting in the same direction. But if you spend your hours with people of vision, discipline, and drive, you will rise to their level. Choose your company wisely, because your hours are too expensive to spend on negativity. One of the best ways to guard your hours is through intentional routines. Create blocks of time for what matters most and protect them as if they were unbreakable appointments. If you schedule exercise, treat it like a meeting with your future self. If you schedule reading or study, treat it like a meeting with your destiny. And if someone tries to interrupt, simply tell them, I have a commitment at that time. That commitment is to yourself, and it deserves the same respect you would give to anyone else. My friends, the clock is always running. Whether you use your hours wisely or waste them carelessly, the days will pass. But those who guard their hours will find that their days accumulate into weeks of progress, months of growth, and years of fulfillment. Guarding your hours does not mean being rigid or joyless. It means being intentional. It means choosing to live life on purpose rather than by accident. Protect your time, and you will protect your dreams. Waste your time, and you will watch your dreams slip away. The choice is yours, and the choice is made hour by hour. Day 4. Master the morning wuff. The morning sets the tone for the day. Don't waste it. Rise early. Read something inspiring. Write in your journal. Move your body, and review your goals. A disciplined morning is the foundation of a disciplined life. The fourth step to mastering your time is to master the morning. How you begin the day often sets the tone for everything that follows. If you stumble into the day without focus, without energy, without intention, chances are the rest of your hours will unravel in the same way. But if you start strong with clarity and discipline, the momentum carries through. Mornings are like the foundation of a house. Weak foundation, weak structure. Strong foundation, strong structure. Most people waste their mornings. They wake up late, hit the snooze button 3 times, check their phones before they even get out of bed, and then rush into the day already behind. That is no way to build a successful life. The first hour of the morning is too valuable to be wasted. It is your hour of power, your chance to set direction, and your opportunity to claim control before the world makes its demands on you. The secret is to rise a little earlier than you need to. Even 30 extra minutes can transform your day. That time is yours. It's not for emails, not for social media, not for reacting to other people's priorities. It's for you. Use it to feed your mind, strengthen your body, and center your spirit. Start with something that awakens you, movement, stretching, or exercise. When you move your body first thing, you energize your system, you sharpen your mind, and you prove to yourself that you are in control. Next, feed your mind with inspiration. Read a few pages of a good book, listen to something motivational, or review your goals. What you put into your mind in the morning will echo throughout the day. Fill it with positive, empowering ideas, and you'll carry that energy with you into every challenge. Another powerful practice is journaling. Take a few minutes to write down your thoughts, your gratitude, and your intentions. Gratitude reminds you of what you already have, keeping you from living in scarcity. Intentions remind you of what you want to accomplish, keeping you from drifting aimlessly. Writing clarifies thinking, and clarity creates confidence. And don't forget reflection. Even 2 minutes of silence, meditation, or prayer can align you with a sense of purpose. The world outside will be loud enough soon. Give yourself the gift of quiet before the noise begins. That stillness is where vision is sharpened and perspective is gained. Mastering the morning also means preparation the night before. A great morning doesn't happen by accident. It's designed. Lay out your clothes, set your tools in place, and decide your first tasks. If you wait until the morning to make decisions, you waste energy and fall into indecision. But if everything is ready, you step into the day with confidence and ease. Now, let me remind you, mastering the morning does not mean creating a rigid routine that drains joy. It's not about perfection. It's about consistency. Your morning practice may look different from someone else's, and that's fine. What matters is that it empowers you, energizes you, and equips you to face the day on your terms. You see, the world belongs to those who take charge early. While others are still sleeping, you are planning. While others are rushing, you are moving with calm. While others react, you are already advancing. There's a reason why history's greatest achievers were early risers. They understood the leverage of the morning. My friends, each morning is a fresh beginning, a chance to write a new page in the story of your life. Don't waste it on habits that weaken you. Claim it with practices that strengthen you. Master the morning, and you master the day. Master enough days, and you master your destiny. The sun rises for everyone, but only those who rise with it will find their true power. Day 5, focus like a laser. Distractions are the enemy of progress. Set aside deep work time. No phone, no email, no interruptions. Even 90 minutes of undistracted effort can produce results that 8 scattered hours never will. The 5th step to mastering your time is to focus like a laser. In this world of endless noise and distraction, the ability to concentrate deeply on what matters has become a superpower. Most people are not defeated by lack of talent or opportunity. They are defeated by lack of focus. They scatter their attention across too many things, and as a result, their energy is diluted, their progress is slow, and their potential remains untapped. But when you learn to focus, truly focus, you multiply the power of every hour. Think of the difference between sunlight and a laser beam. Sunlight warms, but a laser beam cuts through steel. Both are made of light, but one is scattered while the other is concentrated. Your mind works the same way. When your energy is scattered across endless distractions, notifications, gossip, multitasking, shallow work, you accomplish very little. But when your energy is concentrated on one clear task with undivided attention, you become unstoppable. The first step to cultivating this level of focus is eliminating distractions. Distractions are thieves in disguise. They steal your most valuable resource, your attention. Every time you glance at your phone, check your email unnecessarily, or allow interruptions, you are handing over pieces of your life. Guard your focus as you would guard your wallet. Turn off notifications, set boundaries with people, and create environments that support concentration. A cluttered desk, a noisy room, or an open tab full of temptations will pull your mind away from the work that matters. The second step is to create blocks of deep work. Schedule time where you do one thing and one thing only. No multitasking, no half attention. Studies have shown that multitasking is really task switching, and each switch drains your mental energy. It's like pouring water from one cup to another, back and forth. You lose more each time. But when you stay locked into one task, you enter a state of flow, where productivity soars and time seems to disappear. Even 90 minutes of true deep work can achieve more than 8 hours of shallow, distracted effort. Another key is to prioritize. Not everything deserves your attention. Focus is not just about saying yes to one thing, it's about saying no to many things. Each day, identify the few tasks that will make the biggest impact on your goals, and commit to finishing them first. This is often called the 80-20th principle. 80% of results come from 20% of actions. Find your 20% and focus on it like your future depends on it, because it does. Focus also requires discipline with your thoughts. It's easy to be physically present, but mentally absent, thinking about yesterday's mistakes or tomorrow's worries, instead of the task in front of you. Train your mind to return to the present moment. If you catch yourself drifting, gently bring your attention back. Over time, your ability to concentrate will strengthen, just like a muscle grows stronger with consistent training. And remember, focus is not only about work, it's also about people. When you are with your family, be fully present with them. When you are learning, immerse yourself in the lesson. When you are resting, rest completely. Scattered living leads to shallow experiences. Focused living leads to depth, meaning, and fulfillment. My friends, success is not about doing more. It's about doing what matters most with full concentration. The world is full of people who are busy but ineffective. Don't join their ranks. Train yourself to focus like a laser, and you'll discover that what once felt impossible becomes achievable. The scattered beam warms the surface, but the concentrated beam cuts through steel. Harness your attention, and you will cut through obstacles, distractions, and excuses. With focus, you become a force of nature. Without it, you drift like dust in the wind. The choice is yours. Day 6. Reflect and adjust. At the end of the week, pause. Ask yourself what worked, what didn't, what can I do better? Remember, success is not about perfection, it's about constant, intelligent adjustments. The 6th step to mastering your time is to reflect and adjust. No plan is perfect, no schedule flawless, and no person so disciplined that they never stumble. That's why reflection is so powerful. It allows you to learn from your experiences instead of repeating the same mistakes over and over. Life is not about perfection, it's about constant, intelligent adjustments. You don't have to get everything right immediately, but you do have to notice what isn't working and change it. Think of a pilot flying an airplane. From the time the plane takes off until it lands, the aircraft is off course most of the way. Winds push it, weather diverts it, and countless small factors shift its direction. But the pilot and the instruments continually make adjustments, bringing it back on track until it lands safely at its destination. Life works the same way. You set your goals, make your plans, and take action, but distractions arise, unforeseen events happen, and sometimes you drift. Reflection is your navigation system. It tells you where you are and reminds you where you need to go. Take time at the end of each day, and especially at the end of each week, to pause and ask yourself 3 simple questions. What worked well? What didn't work well? What can I do differently? These questions answered honestly create the wisdom that leads to progress. Without reflection, you may repeat unproductive habits for years. With reflection, even a small correction can save you months of wasted time. Reflection requires honesty. It is tempting to excuse your shortcomings, to blame circumstances, or to ignore the truth. But growth only comes when you confront reality. If you planned to exercise but didn't, admit it. If you spent hours on distractions instead of working on your goals, acknowledge it. Honesty may sting in the moment, but it is the foundation of self-improvement. The truth is your ally, because it shows you where change is needed. Once you reflect, the next step is adjustment. Don't just notice the problem, fix it. If your mornings keep slipping away, adjust your evening routine so you go to bed earlier. If your focus breaks down in the afternoon, adjust your schedule to tackle the most important work in the morning. If a goal feels too vague, adjust it by making it specific and measurable. Small adjustments made consistently create massive transformations over time. Reflection is also about celebrating progress. Too often we dwell on what we didn't accomplish and forget to acknowledge what we did. Take a moment to appreciate the victories. No matter how small, each step forward builds confidence. Gratitude for progress fuels motivation to keep going. Remember, success is built step by step, adjustment by adjustment. Another powerful practice is to reflect not only on your actions, but also on your mindset. Did you think positively or negatively? Did you approach challenges with courage or with fear? Did you dwell on problems or search for solutions? Your mindset shapes your behavior, and your behavior shapes your results. Reflection helps you see the patterns in your thinking so you can replace limiting beliefs with empowering ones. And don't just reflect alone. Seek feedback. Ask trusted mentors, friends, or colleagues what they observe. Others often see blind spots we cannot see ourselves. Their perspective, combined with your self-reflection, creates a clearer picture of where you stand. My friends, reflection and adjustment are the tools that turn failure into growth, mistakes into lessons, and setbacks into comebacks. Without them, time slips away, and you repeat the same cycles year after year. With them, every week becomes a stepping stone. Every challenge becomes a teacher, and every adjustment moves you closer to your dreams. Don't fear mistakes, fear failing to learn from them. Don't resist change, resist staying the same. When life demands you grow, reflect with honesty, adjust with courage, and keep moving forward. Master this process, and you will turn every week into progress, and progress into lasting success. Day 7. Recharge and renew. Rest is not a waste of time. It's an investment in your future energy. Take a day to refresh your mind, reconnect with your loved ones, and renew your spirit, because you can't pour from an empty cup. The 7th step to mastering your time is to recharge and renew. Too many people believe that success comes only from constant hustle, from pushing harder, from working longer hours without pause. They treat rest as weakness, renewal as laziness, and balance as optional. But here is the truth. Rest is not a waste of time. It is an investment in your future energy. Just as a farmer knows he must let the soil rest to keep it fertile, so must you allow yourself periods of renewal to keep your spirit, mind, and body strong. Think about it. A machine that runs non-stop without maintenance will break down. A car that never stops for fuel will eventually stall on the side of the road. And a human being who never rests, who never pauses, will face burnout, exhaustion, and decline. The body was designed with rhythms, day and night, work and rest, effort and recovery. Ignore those rhythms, and you pay the price. Honor them, and you gain longevity, clarity, and sustained power. Recharging is not about escaping life. It's about equipping yourself to live it more fully. That means taking a day each week to step back from constant doing and give yourself permission to simply be. Use this time to reconnect with what matters. Your family, your health, your faith, your passions. Success loses its meaning if you sacrifice everything meaningful to achieve it. Renewal reminds you why you are working so hard in the first place. One of the most effective ways to renew is through rest for the body. Sleep is not a luxury, it is a necessity. A tired mind makes poor decisions, and a tired body cannot perform at its best. Prioritize sleep as part of your discipline. Eat nourishing foods. Move your body and care for your health. because energy is the fuel of achievement. Without energy, even the best plan will fail. But renewal is not only physical, it is also mental and emotional. Take time to enjoy activities that refresh your spirit. Read a book not because you have to, but because you love to. Walk in nature. Listen to music or practice silence. Laughter, too, is renewal. It lightens the heart and restores perspective. Spend time with people who lift you up, people whose presence reminds you of the good in life. Protect your renewal time from those who drain you, because what good is a day off if it is consumed by negativity? Another form of renewal comes from reflection and gratitude. Use your day of rest to count your blessings, to acknowledge how far you've come, and to set your heart in alignment with your values. Gratitude transforms weariness into joy. When you see life as a gift, renewal happens naturally. Some people feel guilty when they rest, as if pausing makes them less ambitious. But understand this, renewal is part of the discipline of success. It is what allows you to return to your work sharper, stronger, and more creative. Great athletes know this principle well. They train hard, but they also schedule recovery because they understand growth happens during rest. You too must embrace this truth. My friends, the goal is not to sprint through life until you collapse. The goal is to run with endurance, to sustain your energy so that you can finish strong. Renewal is not a distraction from your goals. It is what makes your goals achievable. Without it, you will eventually resent the very work you once loved. With it, you will find joy in the journey as well as in the destination. So give yourself permission to pause. Take a day to breathe, to laugh, to love, to be human. Fill your cup so that you can pour into others without running dry. Because mastery of time is not just about productivity, it's about balance. And when you recharge and renew, you ensure that your dreams are not only reached, but enjoyed along the way. My friends, time is not something you find, it's something you design. And when you design your days with purpose, you reclaim the dreams you thought were lost. So don't wait for next month, next year, or someday. Start this 7-day plan today. Because if you can discipline 1 week, you can discipline 1 month. And if you can discipline a month, you can transform a lifetime. Your future is waiting. Your dreams are waiting, but time will not wait. Master your days and you will master your destiny. Thank you.